So it's best to drive during those times when they have the boost and the surge, so you can make extra money. In addition to the bonuses that they feature, they have weekly bonuses, they have weekday bonuses. Um, Sometimes they have like a couple. So it depends on which one you want to get. If you get the weekday bonus, they might have a couple. Like in the Bay Area, they have an 80 ride one, and they have like a 40 one. But they kind of change it a lot. You know, they might add rides, change the amounts. You just have to really plan to drive. Like don't go out there and at the last minute trying to get these bonuses, because maybe certain rides are going to come that are conflicting, certain things that happen with the app, and then your time, you might not get a request for a while. Like things seem to go wrong when you're trying to achieve to go after that bonus. So get out there at the times that you're supposed to, and just try to chase after the bonus that is most like that fits your schedule, because like some people have other jobs, so if you drive when the boost and drive when there's surge pricing, you want longer rides, because longer rides are going to make you money. But if you're trying to chase after the bonus, then the longer rides could hurt you, because it kind of drags down your average. You want to kind of multiply how many hours is left, how many hours you can drive, because you're going to lose time because of that new feature, that 12-hour feature, when they take you offline for 6 hours. So that could go against you, because there's times I could have got bonus, and it's very hard to get the weekend bonus now. I've missed a lot of them because of that feature of, I'm like, oh, I don't have the 6 hours, and I need like that time. And if I went out on the first day, if I wasn't tired, then I would get it. So like say Monday for the weekday bonus, and Friday for the weekend bonus. You want to get out there and just really just do it. Like strategize, just strategize and just do it. Use strategy and just go out there and just turn the app on and just get those rides, and try to carve out some rides like 30, 40 in those 12 hours. So if you have this bonus that's like 75 rides, or it's 50 something, then you already have those rides in there, then you're going to do good. Because the whole goal is that you want to make earnings, because that's the goal. Like that's the reason why we want to treat people like they're our family, want to give them a good service, have a good time. But ultimately, if you're not making money doing it, then it's not fun, because we need to make money. I mean, even if we were driving Uber for a passion or to chase after dreams, we want to maximize on our earnings, so we have more time to relax, go to the beach, go to the movies, like, do fun things, take vacations. But, if you're like not making money, then it makes it like it's a little bit harder, to do those things. So if you're driving and losing money because you're paying tickets, you're paying too much on gas, repairs, and all that, then you start to pour a lot of your money back into your business, because it's like you're a business, independent contractor. So when you do that, then you lose money, and then you have to work more, and you have to drive more. Because what they did with when they lowered the fares, that put us on the road longer, because they're lowering the fares, saying, oh, you can make more money now because more riders to take rides. But the thing is that you're putting in more hours. So if you were working 22 hours to make X amount of dollars, now you're working 40 hours to make that same money. So it doesn't make sense to say you're going to get more rides, because it's not more rides that are making you money. It's more miles. It's more, the time is not really worth a lot. So try to stay out of the traffic, because the traffic is what is going to hurt you ultimately. Because if you spend time in traffic, then no matter what, you're going to get the miles. When you drive somebody, it's always going to be the same amount of miles, unless you get lost and you take a different route or do something because maybe there's an accident up ahead or something, and you're trying to get your rider to their destination. But you're always going to cover the same miles if you take the same route. It's the time that you want to be careful with the time, because if you spend an extra hour with your rider, you maybe only get like 10 to 20 something cents a minute. So for that whole hour, you're making like $8, $12. But in that whole hour, you could have taken another ride. Because what if you got an hour long ride in the Bay Area? Some hour long rides could add up. You could drive somebody 60 minutes somewhere, like say Napa to SFO, and make like $100 off that ride. So if you had that hour, I don't know, say $100, like a little bit less, because that's like a 2-hour ride actually. But there are some rides that can make you some money because they cover distance and traffic. So they maybe there's no traffic at those times, so you could actually drive further, cover more ground. And I mean, the rides used to make a lot more in the past because the fares were more expensive. But there's certain areas that have better rates than other areas. Like, say if you're driving in the East Bay, the fares are a lot cheaper than if you're driving in San Francisco or the North Bay or the South Bay. So kind of like check to see how much the fares are. You should look at the breakdowns when you can to see. Because if you're a new driver, you may not see this because maybe you haven't been driving. So you really just want to give rides and you're excited. But if you're a driver that have seen the changes and seen that the fares have dropped and now you have to work more hours, then you're going to notice that the changes that put you on the road longer. It makes it a little bit harder for you to earn. But when you do get those longer rides, you want those. You want a balance between longer rides and shorter rides. But if you're trying to go for the bonus, the Uber pools are the ones that are going to help you, because each rider that joins the Uber pool, so say each trip, because they could bring a couple of riders with them, so those 2 riders don't count as 2 trips. It's each new trip that adds onto your ride will help you for the bonus. But you don't want to like a lot of little rides. You can't really control what you get. It's just what they give you. It's so essentially they give you whatever you request, and when they request, you accept, and you don't know where you're going. But they will warn you if a ride is 45 minutes or longer, so you have a choice to take it. You could accept it and cancel it, but that goes against your cancellation rate, or you could just ignore it. But if you ignore it, it might come back to you again, because maybe you're the closest driver to that client. You won't know where you're going, because I think that's a way to protect the client so people don't reject rides knowing where they're going. So the best thing is that if you see a ride that's 45 minutes or longer and you need a few more rides and it's coming close and you're about to say the deadline's going to hit, you need a few rides, then it's up to you. Like, if you stand to lose a lot of money, then don't accept it, and maybe go offline and then go to a different area or something. You make the decisions, because you're not like a chauffeur driver or like a limousine or something where you have to take the rides. You control what you do. You have to keep certain percentages like cancellation and acceptance, but you can make decisions as an Uber driver, and that gives you the freedom. That's why it's better to be an Uber driver than to be a chauffeur, where if you're a chauffeur driver, you're driving like all the way from the morning to the night, and then they're keeping a lot of your profit because you're driving their car. They're like, oh, we're going to keep 60%. So what, you're going to make $100,000 and you're only going to get like 40,000, and then after taxes and everything you're getting, and all those hours you work. Like, think about it. Like, Uber gives you a better opportunity because there's like just a lot of potential, and you're not really competing against other drivers to get rides. It's not that, oh, there's a lot of drivers and maybe I'm not gonna get a ride. You could get rides. There's rides all over. There's just some cities are not gonna be as busy as others, but big cities like Los Angeles, San Francisco, they're going to be rides like all over, and they're going to be closer. So you want to drive in areas where there's quicker pickup times to make money. If you less pickup times, more or less time downtime. But the Uber pools will allow you to make money if you're getting a boost or surge pricing. So really maximize on your earnings, because you can make money, driving Uber. Is this how you do it? But at nighttime, there's rides out there. If you feel like that, you want to take, you feel comfortable driving at night, female or male. I mean, sometimes some female drivers kind of worry at night, like they might pick up somebody from the bar and they might have a risk or something might happen. They might feel unsafe. It's really up to you. I wouldn't say don't do it, and I wouldn't tell you to do it. It's up to you if you feel safe, because there are rides at night. Just be careful, know your area and just know it, just be safe, and while you're trying to make money, of course. But there's opportunity out there to earn with Uber. If you get the bonuses, you get the surge pricing, you get, sometimes they have commute bonuses. You drive during the commute times, they might offer you, like in the Bay Area, it's like every 3 consecutive rides without going offline is $12. So it's possible you could get 9 rides. I've done that. in those 2 hours and get like $36 on top of the fare. So for those 2 hours, you're making money. And maybe in LA, they have a $2 one, maybe for every ride, you get $2, you know. So there's potential to make some money. Is this like what type of ride you get? But traffic, you need to stay away from traffic. And if you have no choice but to take traffic, then maybe you could always turn the app on and off though. But when you're trying to go for those bonuses, then you have to stay online, because I think if you go offline, then it would, like, the bonus won't be active anymore. So you have to stay online. I think that's a way to keep you online. It's like those little tricks that they use. So there's a lot of opportunities. So if anybody had any questions more in detail, then I can answer those questions. And you know, pretty sharp with when it comes to Uber, because I just know it pretty well. So even though that maybe I don't maximize on my earnings, because I'd be careful, because the car and your body, I mean, you don't want to wear yourself out. You don't want to get burnout, you know, because sometimes you have to take a break. I mean, you can lose money, but you can't think of it as it's like water under the bridge. Like, you don't get the bonus, you can't think about, I miss all these bonuses and I'm just losing a ton of money and I can't survive and all that. You just have to take some time sometimes and take care of yourself, you know, and free time. So yeah.